Hello everyone, it's Keek here, and in today's episode, we'll cover the Corporation of Good, which responded to OpenAI's GPT-4o with the new Gemini, an AI that converses like a human, and the Project Astra that has endowed smartphones with vision and speech. In China, an AI for aerial combat was created, which explains its actions. LG showcased a micro-OLED display with a record pixel density of 4.175 ppi. We'll also discuss next-generation spatial displays that allow working in three-dimensional spaces without headgear. Airbus demonstrated a hybrid helicopter plane to partners, and Blue Origin, which will resume tourist flights to the edge of space. All this and much more right now. Let's go. After OpenAI introduced GPT-4o to the world, Google didn't stay on the sidelines and released a video with an updated version of Gemini. The video was short and simple, capturing a scene of preparations for the Google I/O conference. As the AI assistant on a Pixel smartphone reported, it looked like the setup for a major event. When the conference logo appeared on screen, the model recognized that it was related to Google I/O and provided a brief description of the upcoming event. The video was impressive for the naturalness of the conversation between human and AI, reminiscent of OpenAI's latest ChatGPT demonstration. It's easy to forget that the voice coming from the Pixel device isn't a real person. Users will have to judge the changes in Gemini themselves to see their significance, but if the video is anything to go by, the AI battle is just beginning. Google I/O also showcased Project Astra, a smart assistant that operates in real time and can communicate with a human through a smartphone camera. According to Google DeepMind's CEO Demis Hassabis, the company always wanted to create an AI assistant that would be useful in everyday life. Judging by the video, Google has succeeded. The presentation introduced Project Astra, which operates on the large multimodal Google Gemini model. In the form of a smartphone camera app, it resembles Google Lens, but can communicate with users and analyze what it sees. In a special video, a Google employee pointed the smartphone camera at an office and asked if there was anything in the frame making noise. Project Astra responded that it saw a speaker, and it could make noise. Additionally, users can interact with AI using sketches on the screen. In the video, the author drew an arrow pointing at a tweeter on the speaker and asked what it was. Astra responded that it was a tweeter necessary for reproducing high-frequency sounds. The AI assistant could also identify a city by its view from a window and describe its notable features. In the future, Astra will be available not just on smartphones, but also on smart glasses. The AI assistant is still in development, so the exact release date is unknown. Meanwhile, Chinese scientists have created an artificial intelligence system for aerial combat that explains its decision-making logic during battles. This system is designed to solve the black box problem faced by both the US and China in the arms race involving AI. Tasks enter the box, and it outputs some result, while people remain unaware of the internal processes. This makes it difficult to explain strategies, understand intentions, and trust the decisions made. But aerial combat is a matter of life and death. In the near future, pilots will have to closely cooperate with AI, entrusting their lives to these intelligent machines. To address these issues, the new Chinese method uses explainable reinforcement learning, making decisions in aerial combat more transparent. First, a model is built to explain strategies and recognize intentions. Then the system evaluates how important each decision is and what the likelihood of any given adversary's intentions might be. Finally, based on these interpretations, it adjusts the deep reinforcement learning algorithm. The team also found that this technology opens new avenues for interaction between human pilots and AI. For example, during an analysis of a battle after a simulation, an experienced pilot can point out the signals that led to AI errors. This effective feedback process allows AI to understand experienced pilots' suggestions and avoid similar mistakes in future battles. LG showcased a prototype micro-OLED panel at SID Display Week in California with a record pixel density 4.165 dots per inch. This is higher than the screen of the mixed reality headset Apple Vision Pro, which has 3,386 dots per inch. The new micro-OLED panel from LG features a brightness up to 10,000 dots CDIM2 and displays colorful images on a screen just 1.3 inches in size with a resolution of 3840 x 3840 pixels. According to the company, their panel provides up to 40% higher brightness compared to existing OLED screens from other manufacturers. The new OLED panel from LG lacks the so-called screen door effect, which is often encountered in VR headset screens and consists of it seeming as if you are viewing the image through a thin mesh. Unfortunately, published static images of the new micro-OLED panel from LG cannot convey all its advantages. However, LG also published a video that shows how the panel with support for a resolution of 3840 x 3840 pixels looks to the human eye. To create the new panel with record pixel density, LG used not a glass or plastic substrate, as in typical OLED matrices, but silicon. Thanks to this, advanced chip manufacturing technologies can be applied, which allow etching transistors to the nanometer level. LG also demonstrated another prototype micro-OLED panel sized 1.3 inches, which can serve as the basis for a 3D display in smartwatches and display volumetric images without the need for special glasses. The device with such a screen is also equipped with a camera to determine the user's location. The display shows the image under two different angles, one for the right eye, another for the left, creating an illusion of depth. The company Looking Glass Factory introduced two new spatial displays that allow creating and demonstrating volumetric digital images without the need for 3D glasses. Unlike the compact 6-inch Looking Glass Go display intended for home use and released last year, the new models are available in two sizes, 16 and 32 inches. They are equipped with OLED panels with resolutions of 4K and 8K, respectively. Their main advantages include a wide viewing angle of up to 150 degrees and the ability to show volumetric images without 3D glasses or other devices. Design studios use these displays to create new products, museums bring historical artifacts to life, and medical students study realistic 3D models of the human body with them. The 16-inch display supports more than 1 billion colors, achieving a high level of realism for three-dimensional content. The resolution of the display is 3840 x 2160 pixels at a refresh rate of 60 Hz. Simultaneous viewing of a single 3D scene is possible for a group of 45 to 100 people. Gesture control is also supported using sensors and peripheral devices. The 32-inch model has a resolution of 7680 x 4020 pixels and connects to a signal source via display port. This model can be equipped with a computer with 16 GB of RAM, a 250 GB SSD, and an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3090 graphics accelerator, allowing the device to handle resource-intensive visualization and data processing tasks. Onwards to the next topic. Airbus showed partners a hybrid helicopter airplane. The new Airbus rotorcraft combines a carrying rotor with propellers on the wings and is intended for emergency response services. This project, involving about 40 participants from 13 European countries, promotes the development of low-pollution air transport. Preliminary modeling showed that the racer meets these requirements and consumes 20% less fuel compared to traditional aircraft of the same mass. The design features of the racer allow it to combine speed with stability and reduce response times during rescue operations. The first experiments by Airbus with the new helicopter design began more than 10 years ago, showing the conceptual X3 in 2010 with two propellers on the wings and a carrying rotor. The racer model became its successor, retaining the advantages of rotorcraft, but improving speed indicators. According to the developers, the racer will reach a speed of 220 knots, 400 km/h, which is 80 knots more than a standard helicopter. The debut of the racer coincided with the announcement of the joint work of the American Bell helicopter with the Italian company Leonardo on the next generation of the device with a rotating propeller, which should fully replace the carrying rotors of helicopters. However, opponents of this technology argue that it is too expensive and complex a solution. And what's kick without space? The private aerospace company Blue Origin, founded by billionaire Jeff Bezos, announced that it will once again start delivering people to the edge of space and back on its suborbital ship New Shepard after nearly a 2-year break. According to Bloomberg, a crewed launch is scheduled for May 19th from the launch site in West Texas. This will be the first New Shepard flight with people on board after an incident in August 2022 when one of the engines caught fire during landing. Fortunately, no crew members were injured. After the incident, the company conducted an investigation and upgraded the ship's systems before resuming commercial flights. Recall that a few months before the accident, Blue Origin began regular tourist flights to space on New Shepard. Passengers were offered the opportunity to spend about 10 minutes in zero gravity and admire views of the Earth from an altitude of 100 km. According to international classification, this altitude marks the boundary of space. The crew consisted of 6 people and the cost of a ticket reached hundreds of thousands of dollars. In addition to suborbital space tourism, Blue Origin is developing a heavy reusable rocket, New Glenn, for launching cargo into orbit and is participating in NASA's program to return astronauts to the moon. The company competes in the field of reusable rocket and space systems with Elon Musk's SpaceX. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to stay updated on high-tech news. Peace to your home.